Drop that.
So, fun fact, this video was actually supposed to be edited and stuff. Actually, not even edited, just fucking recorded, right? This video was just supposed to be fucking recorded like 2.5 hours ago, but the Ubisoft conference started, and I didn't want to miss anything interesting, so I sat there on my fucking ass in my chair for 2.5 hours, and literally the only thing I was like vaguely interested in was Star Fox and basically No Man's Sky with Skylanders, and that's basically fucking it. And then new Assassin's Creed game, which I honestly thought was going to be DLC for some fucking reason, but no, it turns out they want to make an entirely brand new game a year after Origins. Isn't that just fucking beautiful? But regardless, that's not what we're really here to talk about, is it? We're here to talk about Persona 5, the animation, and I'm gonna be really fucking honest with you, okay? I haven't got any sleep, and I'm really tired. I'm so fucking tired. But regardless, I'm gonna have to talk about this episode. I really do apologize if I miss something, because before the Ubisoft conference started, I watched the whole episode, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna record. I think I have enough time, and then no, I didn't get enough time. I didn't get enough time to record, so it's been like 2.5 hours since I've seen this episode, and I'm not gonna rewatch it. I'm just gonna do what I normally do when I'm talking about the episode and just kind of skim through it so I can like talk about certain parts of the episode, and then do whatever, right? So the beginning of the episode is like really weird because they're at the school. I think this is similar, or I think basically the exact same as the video game. I'm not really sure because it's been a while since I've actually played. But basically, Makoto was told by the principal to figure out whoever these Phantom Thieves of Hearts are. Because no one knows who the Phantom Thieves are. People are speculating that it's probably like someone from Shujin Academy, the school that Ren and the others go to. And so Makoto is then basically, told to go follow Ren because I guess he's the new kid, so he's the most suspicious, I guess. It's kind of fucking weird why they just assume that. But they get to the train station. Makoto is still following behind Ren, and Ren kind of is kind of picking up on the fact that she's following him and shit, but she decides to be a good person and help out this old lady that tripped and fell, which was a nice thing. She's not a bad person. Makoto is a good character, and I really do like Makoto. It's just that the kind of predicament that she's in life is just kind of fucked up. So Ren is being followed around, and then Makoto loses him because he gets on the train, and because Makoto was such a nice person, helping out that old lady, basically lost him, right? And then the next shot is basically, the Shujin Academy, students basically going on a field trip to, like the TV, like station location. I don't really know what you call it, but basically where they broadcast television, like shows and stuff like that, and like interviews and shit. The next scene, is just them getting ready to go there. An gets fucking sexually harassed, verbally harassed more like, but sexually verbally harassed by some dude saying that she's got a fucking smoking body even though she's like 16 and the dude's like 34, so it's kind of fucking weird. And then for a brief second we actually meet one of the other confidants. I say confidants because she's the confidant in the video game, and I don't know what she's gonna do in terms of the character in the story besides be one of the waifus, because you can have like multiple waifus in this game. But I'm very interested on what other stuff that they have planned for her character, because I think the reporter lady that we met like 2 episodes ago is an optional waifu as well. I'm not entirely sure. I don't honestly remember. The only waifus for me were always on Makoto and Kawakami, the teacher. Those were like the 3 waifus for me, and now I'm not sure who I have as a waifu anymore. Why am I talking about this shit? So the next scene, they're like taking a break from the fucking like field trip or whatever, and they decide to fucking eat, right? And then they actually have the pretty funny comedic scene where they're wondering where the hell like Mishima was, right? And I guess he was trying to like meet up with that fucking confidant like girl, whatever. I don't remember her name. It's been a little bit, but basically she's famous for shogi, and like for whatever reason Mishima wants to go talk to her because of like Phantom Thief stuff. And then he's confronted by his security guard, and then he screams, "I didn't do it!" And the officer, patrol officer, whatever, is like, "What did you do? You do what? What are you talking about?" And I was like, that is fucking hilarious. So regardless, the episode continues on, and then we finally meet like Goro Akechi again, because we saw him previously in a couple episodes back. But we see him again, and he's having an interview, and the interviewers are talking to him about the Phantom Thieves, and what he thinks about their actions, right? And Goro Akechi thinks that they're real. He truly believes that they're real, and what they're doing is actually an act of crime. And because we actually because us the viewer, know who the Phantom Thieves are, it's kind of weird, right? And they actually have a scene where Ren is handed a mic, and basically like this lady or whatever that's holding the microphone was like, let's ask one of the students, or not students, but let's ask one of the audience members what they think about the Phantom Thieves. And then, of course, Ren, being the leader of the Phantom Thieves, says, they're just. What they do is just, which is basically just not an acronym, but an abbreviation of justice, right? Because what the Phantom Thieves do is just, right? Because, like Goro Akechi points out that, they're basically forcing people to have a change of heart, but in the eyes of the Phantom Thieves, they believe they're forcing a change of heart on a person because of what they're doing, and their actions are unjustified. They're evil. They're criminal. What they're doing is much more criminal than what the Phantom Thieves are doing, which is ultimately why they still continue on going with what they're doing regardless. And so, of course, Ryuji and Ren, they're gonna fucking talk about whatever. And then Goro Akechi, it doesn't seem like he like heard anything, and he kind of just like starts talking to them about whatever, right? It doesn't really matter, and regardless. But there's one line where if you pay attention to what what the fuck is the cat's name? Morgana. It's fucking Morgana. Jesus Christ, I actually forgot the name of Morgana. I don't know why, but regardless, if you pay attention to what Morgana is actually saying to Ren and the others, and then you pay attention to what Goro Akechi is talking about, you notice that maybe Goro Akechi knows a lot more than what we anticipate, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what they both say, but I'm not gonna tell you why like that's the case. So Morgana is basically talking about wanting to go out and eat like some pancakes, right? And then Goro Akechi points out that he hasn't eaten yet, and that he heard them talking about pancakes, right? But the three of them didn't mention that. It was only Morgana. So how did he hear them talk about pancakes when no one who didn't go to the metaverse, like how Ren and the others went to the metaverse, hear Morgana? It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna say anything because it's spoiler reasons, but I'm just saying, just remember that when it gets much later on in the series. Remember that shit. So it's then at this point Makoto's still trying to figure out who the Phantom Thieves are. She's just trying to fucking do this shit because she's being told what the fuck to do. It's fucking stupid as shit. But eventually, she figures out who the Phantom Thieves are because she recorded a conversation between Ryuji and Ren. And basically they're caught. They're caught, and she wants them to, prove, that what they're doing is just, right? And basically she points out that there's this fucking gang leader or some shit that's blackmailing a whole bunch of fucking like students at Shujin Academy as like making them like sell drugs and shit. it's this fucking crazy shit that it's this crazy shit that is involving a whole bunch of like gang related stuff. And basically, they're trying to figure out what the hell this guy's name is because no one knows what his name is. He doesn't let out his fucking name whatsoever. So it's then at this point where we talk to the journalist lady. Ren talks to the journalist lady. That's why I was mentioning her before, earlier in the episode. And then in the same episode, we meet another confidant, and basically she's like this fortune teller lady. I don't really remember her name either, but she's like a fortune teller lady. And I'm curious to what else they're gonna do with her as well. Besides have this fun comedic moment where these femboys, soy boy motherfuckers, basically try to fuck Ryuji in the ass, but but whilst that's happening, Ren's trying to meet up with the journalist lady. They meet up. He gathers information. He gathers the name of the gangster guy, the gang leader guy, and it's Kaneshiro, right? It's Kaneshiro. And then they're trying to figure out what the hell like the keywords are for his palace, right? So basically they needed a name. They need a name for, they need his name, and then they need a name for what he views something as and what that something is. So basically it's Kaneshiro, and his cognition views Shibuya, the entirety of Shibuya, all of it, basically all of it, as a bank, like a giant bank, right? Like the city is like filled with like flying money all over the place. Everyone's like an ATM, and then there's a floating bank in the sky, and that's basically how the episode ends. They go to the metaverse, they go inside of his palace, and then they just see that, and then the episode ends off with a close-up shot with Ren, and that's pretty much it. And so that's pretty much the end of the episode. I thought it was really interesting of the sense of what we got, but realistically it was just a plot setup episode, and that was pretty much it. Nothing else of interest is probably gonna happen. My guess is that next week we're gonna have Makoto join the Phantom Thieves, and she's gonna unlock her persona, which is gonna be really cool. You're definitely gonna see me using that as a thumbnail if I can get a good shot of it, but we're gonna have to wait and see. So regardless, that's the end of the episode, which means that's the end of the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I plan on doing a couple of like funny edit stuff, considering of what happened during the whole commentary and stuff. Hopefully it'd be funny. Hopefully you guys do enjoy that. But regardless, I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm out. Peace.